Data engineering is ultimately like a scalpel for like something that you need to do. It's a tool. So there are ways that there's lots of things that can be automated and put together. There's out of the box tools that attempt to connect things. You need your billing data into some other system. You need to be hooked up to your financial system. You need to be hooked up to whatever it is. There's lots of integrations and tools to be able to do that. Like you press buttons and then it just kind of works. And then there's everything else. And for the everything else, it's just brute force. You got to get a bunch of data engineers. You need to talk about like what the data source is. You got to figure out how the hell you're going to get it. You got to figure out how like the InfoSec stuff. And then you have to figure out how to process it and then apply it to wherever it needs to go. So all of those pieces are a pain in the ass to do. It's all custom work. That doesn't mean that it's hard, but it needs to get done. And then, of course, once you start to operationalize it, it's going to be wrong for whatever reason. They don't send the data the way that you expect, or, it gets a little fucked up, whatever it is. And then you need to go ahead and refine that over time so it improves. And then lastly, of course, it's like these processes break all the time. So there's a certain amount of care and feeding that's involved in knowing if we're doing it right. I think people at Pickaxe probably have heard me say this, but that we should know about something breaking before our customers do, and then going ahead and remediating it or telling them ahead of time that we're on it. So, that thing, especially for business critical things, that is like what the entire data engineering and DevOps bit that goes along with it is all about. And how do we make sure that that you don't have to worry about it? It's really hard to like make it so you don't have to worry about it. We've got examples even recently where like a customer told us like, hey, you've got your 2,000 customers off. And like, as we start to poke around, it's like, there's something from like where we get the data from. And then there's something about how the way that we process it. And then we're like, oh, okay, like that's the drift. But like 2,000 customers for them isn't a lot, luckily. But like, if you only have 4,000 customers, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, why did I pay you guys to do this? Right. So we need to make sure that we're on top of that. And ideally, like you're always, you're monitoring this in such a way where like they're not telling you, because it's always embarrassing for all of us.